Growing reaction now to a new push in a California elementary school. Along with learning their ABCs, first and second graders are getting a 1-hour lesson on gender diversity. A California school has hired a gender coach to teach students that there's more than one way to be a boy or a girl. All right, let's talk about it with Shannon Price-Minter, Board of Faith in America Chair and Legal Director for the Center for Lesbian Rights, and Brad Dacus, President of the conservative Pacific Justice Institute. Welcome to you both.
Hello. Thank you. Pleasure to be on the program.
All right, Shannon, why did 6- and 7-year-olds need to learn about this at school and not something they might discuss with mom and dad at home instead?
You know, it is so important that we teach children respect for difference. And it's never too early to start teaching children that people come in all shapes and sizes and kinds, and that it's never okay to discriminate against someone or to hurt another person. And we know that there are so many students in this country who every single day they go to school are targeted by other students because they're seen as different in some way. And we know that is especially true for students who are seen as gay or transgender or gender nonconforming. They are at particularly high risk, and often those young people don't have support at home. They're rejected by their families and then also harassed and bullied at school. Many of them are driven to take their own lives or to attempt to take their own lives. So how could we not as a society want to step up and address that just excruciating, poignant harm that's happening to these young people? And I'm really shocked that any responsible group wouldn't be applauding this school for being proactive about trying to cut off that kind of bullying, harassment at the pass and really start as early as possible that process of teaching children respect for difference. I think this is a very...
And let's bring in Brad here, because we know it's not just some outside groups. I mean, there are parents who have expressed concerns that this maybe is not the right subject matter for their young child. Brad, what are you doing to step in and work with those parents?
Well, we at the Pacific Justice Institute, our national organization, committed to defending the rights of parents. And we've given them counsel to opt their children out. And mind you, they're very concerned about this. This isn't just about bullying and treating children to respect other kids. That's fine. This is a very extreme, very controversial program when you're teaching children in kindergarten, first grade, that you can be a boy, a girl, or both, or that you may be a boy on the outside but be a girl on the inside. This brings gender confusion, and this is a serious price for children to pay, much less have the rights of parents stepped on. This is not a business of the government. It's not a business of public schools. This is a matter of the rights of parents to know what's best for their children and not to be told by the school, for example, that boys, it's okay for you to wear fingernail polish. There's no place for that in public schools, and this is about indoctrination, not about tolerance and accommodation.
Shannon, would you be okay? Would it be a solution that's worthy for you to allow the parents who are uncomfortable with this to opt out, but allow the teaching to continue for those who want to stay?
Well, with all due respect, that description of what's going on in this curriculum is a complete fabrication. That bears no relationship to the reality. This is a very thoughtful, gentle program that's about teaching children that, yes, there are different ways to be a boy or a girl, and that it's not okay to pick on a student because a boy is seen as too feminine or not rough and tumble enough, or a girl is seen as too masculine. These are very basic shared values in our society about do unto others as they do unto you, and as you would have them do unto you. And this is just an attempt to create controversy about a very straightforward, sensible program. And we have to remember that as we're sitting here today, there are thousands of parents watching this program whose children are suffering and being targeted every day at school. And many of those parents don't know it because their children are afraid to talk to them.
Okay, Brad, quickly a final word to Brad.
Yeah, real quick. What I said was straight from their materials. Their materials, that was a quote, that it's okay for boys to wear nail polish. You can be a boy or a girl or both, or have a boy on the outside, girl on the inside. This is straight from their materials.
Brad,
we're being very accurate. You know, this is what I'm saying is exactly verbatim from your materials that have been produced and distributed. We have that, and it's because of our research on this that we are now making a public statement about it and going to bat for parents. You cannot spin things on the air and expect to get away with it when the rights of parents and the welfare of these children are on the line. Kindergartners up to the 12th grade. I think this is irresponsible, and the teachers union may be behind you, the CTA may be giving you money, but the parents out there and many public school teachers definitely do not agree with it, and we're not going to stand by and put up with it.
We got to leave it there. Thank you
to hate.
Thank you for having both sides weigh in. We'll be right back.